Hey, howdy hey, and welcome to another Patreon exclusive. I'm frequently drawn to thriller as well as horror movies for the exciting drama, legal and political themes, psychological warfare, car chases, all that good stuff. And they don't get enough love online. I never see any fan-made music videos for Runaway Jury or Red Eye or Butterfly on a Wheel on YouTube. I want my fan vids, goddammit. And if I have to make them myself, then so be it.
I'm going home! 3. Clear a path, you motherfucker!
1, 0.
Clear a path! I'm going home! I'm coming home!
Okay, so this movie doesn't quite qualify as a stalker movie for a couple of reasons. Oh, and by the way, spoilers from here on out. Here are the reasons. 1. The movie takes place over the course of a single day, so it's hard to show persistent stalking behaviours. Our anti-hero protagonist, known as D-FENS, does have a restraining order against him, but this is because his wife is afraid he'll intimidate her and their daughter. He's more of a domestic violence kind of guy, not that the two behaviours can't have some overlap. 2. D-FENS doesn't seem to derive pleasure from harassing his wife and child, as a predatory stalker might. Contrast the movie Sleeping with the Enemy. This comes closer to qualifying, because the abusive husband Martin not only tracks down Laura after she flees, but also breaks into her new house to leave clues as to its presence. He says things to her like,
Nothing can keep me away. I can't live without you. And I won't let you live without me.
D-FENS isn't hunting or tracking his family in this way, and as far as we're aware, this is the first time he violated the restraining order.
No way.
So what does he do in this movie? Well, D-FENS, whose real name is William Foster, is having a really rotten day. He's stuck in traffic on the hottest day of the year with no working AC, so he abandons his car and makes a pilgrimage to the family home for his daughter's birthday party without invitation. And it is a violent pilgrimage indeed. Along the way, D-FENS is disenfranchised with the ball of crap his world has become and lashes out at the citizens of Los Angeles, California. Which seems very different from those Visit California ads I see on TV.
Some say we're a little spoiled in California.
Come visit!
Might take your breath away too!
Start your trip at visitcalifornia.com.
Meanwhile, a retiring police officer called Prendergast is practically the only person willing or capable to track him down. So I think this is a really great movie with a terrific script, good direction from Joel Schumacher. I think this was before the utter strangeness that was Batman and Robin, and an excellent performance from Michael Douglas, who of course championed for the film to get made in the first place. Funny, he's usually the victim of stalking and harassment in films, as well as real life sometimes. So along the same lines as my 1408 video, I'm going to conduct a vague analysis and tell you what I liked about this film. First of all, I think our main character is extremely interesting. I like Michael Douglas a lot, and he does tend to play morally ambiguous men, but this one was different. The movie goes to some lengths to show that he's at odds with the world. An increasingly cold and uncaring one at that. He's been sold the American dream and got ripped off, having lost his job due to essentially obsolescence. He's also lost his family, and can't see that it was his own doing. The world, she is an unfair place. And to a certain extent, the movie agrees. You'll notice that throughout the violent pilgrimage, D-FENS only deals out violence to jackasses and villains. First, the store owner. D-FENS is irritated because he needs change to make a phone call, and a can of soda is too expensive for that. The store owner is unaccommodating and rude, so naturally he deserves to get his wares smashed with a baseball bat. These gang members go after D-FENS not once, but twice after he defends himself. Defense? Defense? Similar words. A panhandler pesters him relentlessly.
Oh, fuck it! Come on, give me some money, man. Just give me some money. No. How about the change in your pocket? I don't care if it's a dime. Give it to me.
The burger joint staff have no customer service and shitty food. The military store owner is an uber-violent white supremacist who's way worse than D-FENS himself. The road repair crew are needlessly rude and dismissive. Again, I thought this was California, not New York City. Finally, there are the golfers who try to kill him with a golf ball.
What the hell are you trying to do? Kill me with a golf ball?
That's my favorite line in the movie. My absolute favorite.
Is that enough? You got all these beautiful acres fenced in for your little game? But you gotta kill me with a golf ball?
You've got to kill me with a golf ball?
Kill me with a golf ball.
The point I'm making is that these are situations where we normal people may find ourselves, and we may feel like snapping and telling the world how we really feel. Maybe we even fantasize about going postal, but we don't actually do it.
At least 58 people now dead, more than 500 people wounded in a horrific shooting.
I can see why some people might find our main character sympathetic. then, and there's an argument to be made that maybe he's not all bad. So let's go through that. Don't worry, I will balance it out at the end with why he is all bad. First of all, D-FENS is framed as a man of principle. For example, he will destroy the store to make an incorrect and bigoted point that Korea somehow owes the United States, but he will not actually steal the can of soda he wants.
I'm not the thief. I'm not the one charging 85 cents for a stinking soda!
He fights the aforementioned gang members for a briefcase that later turns out to be empty. And he's also appalled that a family thinks they'll come to harm when they're with him.
What do you think? You think I want to hurt your family? I have a family of my own.
So D-FENS sees himself as the good guy almost all the way through this. He's the little guy just trying to get through one day without the world fucking him. Hence his line at the end when he's confronted.
I'm the bad guy? Yeah. How'd that happen?
I found this little nugget from a review of the film that I'd like to share. The main character isn't fighting for something tangible at all. He is fighting for principle. And unfortunately, when fighting for principle as an American, you're probably going to end up shit out of luck in this world.
In America, we have the freedom of speech, the right to disagree. Fuck you and your freedom!
This is the problem with his supposed pilgrimage. It has no happy ending. He cannot possibly live out the rest of the day without ending up in jail, or even being killed by one of his adversaries along the way. He is a rebel without a cause, and so he can't even die for a cause. It just doesn't end well no matter what way you spin it. Of course, he does mention one little thing.
It's my little girl's birthday today. We were gonna have a barbecue like you guys. And then when it got dark, we'd all go to sleep together. We'd all sleep together in the dark.
That sounds an awful lot like a murder-suicide, like one final attempt at normalcy, being reunited with his family as is his right. So we feel badly for this guy, and hey, he's not all bad, is he? His problem makes him relatable to others in this same society. As Michael Douglas once said regarding his character,
there's a lot of people who are a paycheck away from being on the streets or out of work, who did everything right. I mean, they've been responsible, they've tried hard, and they don't know what went wrong. We won the war. Where is it all at?
God, I've had to work hard every day of my life, and what do I have to show for it? This briefcase and this haircut!
Why else do we like him? As we said before, he's dealing with assholes in a way we sometimes wish we could. He's a dog man, he loves his daughter, and he treats other children with respect and care also.
Hey man, what you aiming at?
That, the yellow monster down there.
Yeah, well, look at it and pull the trigger. It's really easy.
Oh, jeez, are you hurt? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't hurt you, honey. I didn't hurt you. I'm sorry. I didn't hurt you, sweetheart.
It's all right. It's all right. It's your hand.
He's also disgusted with a military store owner thinking that they share a common worldview.
We're the same, don't you see? We are not the same. I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
This is black and grey morality at work here. Clearly, D-FENS isn't so terrible. At least he's not a racist, sexist, homophobic piece of shit whose most prized possession is something used to kill the Jewish people in World War II. This is not the only place in the film where D-FENS's behaviour is contrasted with the behaviour of others. Because guess what? My favourite, the police are useless in this film. Yay! In case you missed my video essay about police being useless, I don't want to go over it again, to be honest. It's enough. I hate this trope so much. So yeah, a few choice examples from Falling Down. They pointlessly antagonize witnesses of crimes. They refuse to connect any dots relating to D-FENS's rampage, preferring to attribute it to whoever is convenient. Probably the Hispanics, am I right? They are also dismissive of the wife of D-FENS, named Beth, because they believe that emotional abuse and the threat of violence is nowhere near as serious as physical violence.
Did he strike you?
He could, I think.
You think?
D-FENS is full of hot air, he won't do anything. That's what they're thinking, you can see it on their faces. I almost don't blame the film because there is this prevalent societal idea that only domestic violence constitutes real abuse. Whereas in reality, abuse can be controlling finances, humiliation, neglect, constant put-downs and insults, preventing sleep, withholding essential medication, coercing sexual contact, and oh yeah, being hostile and frightening a wife and children. Within their own station, these police also foster an environment where those who do not fit the masculine ideal are ridiculed, especially Prendergast.
I've never liked you. You want to know why? You don't curse. I don't trust a man who doesn't curse. Not a fuck or a shit in all these years.
This is a man who is due to retire but ends up staying on as he's practically the only sane man. And the only one who wants to investigate the situation with D-FENS. Yes, he's not the most macho guy, and he does appear to be quite henpecked, but his unique brand of patience and due diligence actually ends up working extraordinarily well. You could argue that this film is, in a way, a deconstruction of traditional masculinity. D-FENS is from a military background. Exhibit A. This haircut. As the film goes on, he goes from a trim white work shirt and tie with a stunning pocket protector, to dark army surplus kitted out with several guns. He has literally gone over to the dark side.
The other side of the moon now. Out of contact. And everybody's just gonna have to wait till I pop out.
Meanwhile, you have Prendergast, someone who actually loves his wife, is more soft-spoken, keeps his cool in a tough situation, and uses logic and reason as a weapon. I mean, yes, he does use a gun at the climax, but only as a last resort. Because here's what we need to remember about D-FENS. He is not the good guy. His actions lead to multiple deaths and injuries, which is unjustifiable. His anger issues have alienated everyone he cares about. I mean, his wife and mother are scared out of their fucking wits, and the daughter is just too young to know any better. Nothing in the grand scheme of things is changed by his actions, making his whole pilgrimage utterly futile. And let me remind you, he implies that he wants to kill his wife and child and then turn the gun on himself. This is actually another of my favorite scenes, after "you want to kill me with a golf ball." Him explaining the situation to the janitor and his family, and the music works so well here. In previous scenes, the score is undercut with menace, reflecting the heat wave and the impending danger, but in this scene it goes from bleak to tragic to heartwarming to sinister all over again. I mean, it's all there. And you know the worst thing? His final action is to commit suicide by cop so that his family can get his life insurance. But actually, the company wouldn't pay out that money if his death resulted from a rampage of terror. So yeah. No happy ending for anybody. Unless you think the world is just a better place without him. If there's one thing I like, it's a book, play, film, whatever it is that has grey characters, and what I mean by that is neither wholly good or wholly reprehensible. You know what grey means. For example, A Streetcar Named Desire is one of my favourite plays because my opinion of Blanche Dubois changes and shifts throughout every single time. It's just that good. Same thing with Falling Down, really. It's the story of one man's fall from grace and the devastation he causes in the name of... what? Nothing much. I think we can all relate to that. Anyway, that was my video about Falling Down. So yeah, again, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you soon.
You forgot the briefcase! You forgot the briefcase!